sat crying all alone in the bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 We got four white walls and a window with a city view, and there's no one else that I'd rather come home to. Up all night, flashing lights, counting cranes out in the sky. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 You got my friends ain't crooked and I'm such a mess. Spill every drink on every dress, and you just smile, shake your head. Saw it coming 'cause you know me best. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you. Promise, please, you won't go anywhere without me. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my We know thrills at 17, chasing every high, jumping off, no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in my head and locks on all my doors. Scared of losing what I have. I don't risk things anymore. When did I wake up and start to say no thrills for me? Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. No thrills. No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. Study all this panic in my mind. Promise, I swear I've been doing fine. No, I'm not alone and feeling like no feels for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No feels for me. Just study all this panic in my mind. 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 Oh, oh, No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Take all your banners, they say paint them white, and promise you will wave them when the sky is falling down. We mind our manners, not our heads, but if we're honest, all our flags are miles behind us on the ground. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. If we're naive, at least we think we're sure of something. I'm not worried, up late losing sleep at night. We drew our lines and met up right around the middle. I'll be okay as long as you're here by my side. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. I think I've been thinking too much. Held myself in check, but it's been one of those months where I feel everything a little too much, too deep. And I got 4 A's sitting pretty in my hand, but late at night I'm praying now the dice are gonna land until my heart is racing and I'm stressing in my sleep. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now. broken art. But baby, if I'm honest, you know I've been taking stock of every perfect little win and every close near loss I meet. And we're most fast, run all the worst stuff. And what's my wheels are turning, it's just how to turn them off. So put some sugar on my ear and tell me something sweet. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. It's been a while, we haven't talked. I had some time to think us through. I promise I'm not looking for you, but here you are in all the words I thought I'd say. Have given up, but gotten lost in one good look in your two eyes. I'm on the floor. I thought that door was shut. I guess it's all that it takes. 6 months over, I feel so good. Are these feelings taking over me? I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? Were you with both your empty arms and me with no self-control? I never stood a chance, and now I guess that it's too late. 'Cause I can barely say hello, and I know that I can hold on my peace like no hard feelings at all, and start all over again. 6 months over, I feel so good. Are these feelings taking over me? I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? I think I love you too much. I think I miss you too much. Are these feelings taking over me? I think I love you too much. I think I miss you too much. Are these feelings taking bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 We got four white walls and a window with a city view, and there's no one else that I'd rather come home to. Up all night, flashing lights, counting cranes out in the sky. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 You got my friends ain't crooked and I'm such a mess. Spill every drink on every dress, and you just smile, shake your head. Saw it coming 'cause you know me best. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you. Promise, please, you won't go anywhere without me. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart. You got my heart.
All right, everybody. Unexpected victory time. They're up against Esports Astros today in an all-Canadian matchup here in ESEA. I'm Johnny Esports, play-by-play for the day, and I guess color as well, as it is a solo cast tonight. And we're going to see if Unexpected Victory are going to be able to bounce back finally from 2 losses they've had in a row now. Kind of something we're not used to them seeing. Not used to them seeing lose back-to-back, that's for sure. Not used to seeing them lose much, to be completely honest. And this could be a tough matchup once again against Esports Astros, who have actually been on a tear so far this season. They're 11-3. They're winners of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. Of course, they're looking to make it 8 as they want to continue their momentum into the playoffs. But if you want to build their own, and they can certainly do so with a big win against a team with a better record than them, as well as on a map they've kind of been struggling on at least a little bit so far in the IAM season. Player to look for on Esports Astros, RTBSS just seems like an absolute monster on the op. Every time I kind of look through the stats of their previous games, he's on top of there, mostly using the op in a lot of the matches, just leading in that one. The last game they played, he had 21 op kills. Game before that, he had 17. Game before that, he had 10. And is just kind of doing everything for the team, even leading in utility damage on some fights and enemies flash, just kind of doing it all for their team, all in the upper position. So potentially RTB is one to definitely watch out for in this game. But of course, person to watch out for, as always on Unexpected Victory, is Vampy, who absolutely popped off the last match. Of course, he's also competing for potentially most kills in the league. I'm not sure actually exactly where we left off on that count. But after last week, well, definitely is at least it was in the top 3. Definitely at least holding that position, I'd imagine, with a couple games to go here now. But other people to watch out for too. Do we always get a call on Flex, who struggled a little bit last game. Just couldn't seem to find his footing there on a nuke for whatever reason, even though that's traditionally been a map we've seen Flex do very, very well on, and we're hoping to see maybe it was an off day, maybe just a better game from him in that one, as well as Alfight, kind of the 2 newest members of the team. They joined at the same time, hoping to see some maybe some better performances from those 2. Deimos has just kind of been solid and consistent as always, as of late, even in the losses. We've seen a couple times where he just pulled out the dig and gets a couple 1-digs in good eco situations, as well as him on the AUG has looked good. And the Egglet has kind of struggled early last game, but seemed to have pulled his game together as the game kind of went on. So did seem to finally find his game, and that did lead to UV1 potentially making at least a little bit of a comeback too in that game. So definitely seemed to have coincided with that. So we're looking to see some slightly better performances maybe out of some individual efforts from UV1, but also, of course, is what they have to kind of do as a team. They still have struggled against teams that have been more aggressive than them and haven't been able to deal with teams that are aggressive. Oh, that 1-dig with Flex there. Hope to see more of that in the game proper. But yeah, that's what the team has to work on. Of course, they didn't have a lot of time to do it after yesterday. They just got to play back-to-back since yesterday's game was actually a postponed game from the earlier week. So it makes it a little bit rough, of course, on the practice schedule. Not able to get more practices than after playing a match last night and already just jumping into another one here today. And I don't know if they practice or if they did any scrims between them, but kind of a hard thing to schedule back-to-back days. So be interesting to see how that ends up coming out. But now we're here and just kind of waiting for everyone to connect to the server. And hopefully we'll see a nice effort. So Inferno, I touched on it before. 3 losses on Inferno for UV1. Before last night's match, it was the only map that they had any losses on in this season. And sorry for people who tune in a lot. It's definitely a map that I feel like they want to be in their pool, and that's why they keep leaving it up, keep trying to get it back into it, because it's personally probably my favorite map in rotation, like just personally. So I can understand why they want to make it a map that's very strong in their pool, and it's interesting. It's as much as what we credit UV1 with is having a slightly stronger T side this season. It's their CT side on this map that has looked kind of fine, as they almost mounted a gigantic comeback the other day on it. But potentially what they can do on the T side is actually what needs to improve on this map specifically compared to other maps. Other maps, I'm just like, yeah, on Nuke, their T side was great and that was fine, and even in the loss, things were mostly coming together until they just eventually kind of lost out on that one, but they still had fair amount of confidence on the T side on that map. On this map, though, it seems to be a little bit more of a struggle for them compared to some others. Could be just competition based, could be whatever it is, but just isn't quite there at the level that I'm sure they want it to be at. Because of course, if they were at the level they want to be at, they would win every game, right? But this game certainly is definitely about improving, and this is a fairly young roster too. You gotta remember, like, half this roster almost, basically, I guess two-fifths of this roster basically joined in the middle of it and have been joining it then, like Egglet, Deimos, Vampy, of course, still holdovers from last season, and have been such a solid core for this team. But it really is going to come down to seeing whether or not the newest members continue to grow with the team, and we've seen some amazing performance out of both Flexes and Alpha, and I expect to see that kind of stuff happen once again. But yeah, we're getting close to that playoff. We got this match and next match to get it done. JPM in chat saying he's third, but a little bit after that, I see Ownerman saying that he's actually second now, which is pretty great. I believe they're talking about Vampy in terms of kills in this league. They played one scrim before this. Let's get the W. So they were able to squeeze in one more scrim before getting to play this game. That's huge. I think that getting a nice scrim after a game like the last one is probably huge on the mental too. Just like that's not the last thing kind of lingering in your mind coming into playing this match. You got to play out a scrim and get it over that. If Vampy gets 11 kills, he will be number 1. Nice. There's only 11 kills behind the first. Of course, the other person's probably also going to be playing some games left, so it's not like it's going to stay stagnant at the number. But if he's plus 11 over their opponent in the remaining games, could easily take it. And yeah, dropped a 30 bomb yesterday. And if they were to be able to mount the comeback, there was no way that wasn't going to end up being 40. Was it 180 ADR, something absurd like that? He was just absolutely going crazy. Was Vampy last game? And stuff you love to see. It's stuff you love to watch. You always kind of like, I know as a spectator, you like to focus on like the star power of certain teams. And yeah, potentially this could be a Vampy versus RTB show. And it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. But again, I always kind of look at the role players too when in games, and where if you get that step up performance from a role player, that could really just suddenly take your team over the top, right? If your best players are still playing as strong and consistently as they always do, the Vampies, the Deimoses, and then someone else comes and steps up and does that little bit extra, that's just because it takes the load off of someone like Vampy, so he doesn't have to get an ace of 4K every round in order for them to win rounds. And then when they're playing as strong as they can, maybe they'll need to get two frags in the round if everyone else kind of contributes that much more. And that's usually what we see out of UV1. As much as we do sometimes kind of talk about Vampy kind of being that star just because we see those performances in individual rounds, that usually the story of UV1 is that they are a fairly balanced team up and down the roster that allows them to have as much success as they've had so far this season. But it's just been a couple of games now where we've seen them struggle at least a little bit here, and they've lost a couple in a row, so they want to get back into it. But Esports Astros is a tough team to pull that off against. Their 11-3 record looks very, very impressive, beating a couple teams that UV1 have also played and beat, but beating them fairly handedly too. And the whole transitive property thing hasn't worked out so far. The last 2 games they did lose. I was commenting how like it looks like UV1 should be better than this team based on the teams this other team played against, but you know there's lots of factors that don't go into that kind of analysis, right? There's lots of okay, who actually played that day? Were they on a map they weren't good on? Like I wouldn't have that information. Did they like change rosters since that game? Like that one I could find out if I do a little bit of digging, but that's still just like I admittedly do a cursory glance kind of at their records and kind of at a few numbers to kind of get a feel of another team before the match starts. So it's not like I'm sitting here watching VODs of every team in the league, which would be an impressive thing for me, but to do. But it would be a lot of work. Not gonna lie. So, well, we don't have to watch all their previous VODs. We just have to watch this game as it's getting started now. We're getting into the knife round. It'd be interesting to see what UV1 pick if they win the knife round. They actually lost a few knife rounds in a row. If you recall last season, the story was that UV1 lost like maybe 1 or 2 knife rounds. They just kept winning them. But they won't take this one. It'll be Esports Astros' choice. And it looks like they're opting to stay on the CT side here. So, UV1's T side on Inferno will get work right away as we jump into the match. Starting lining up on these 2 teams. Esports Astros got RTB, Banjo, Rima, Classic, and Lychee 2K. Of course, for UV1, Egglet, Deimos, Flex, Alphite, and Vampy. Been lining up for a few games now, as this team is warming up into the playoffs. Again, they want to start building some momentum here as we watch Egglet throw a grenade into apartments to see if anyone was reaching out there. But so far, we just have Esports Astro actually playing fairly far back on their sites. Got the USPs, so tend to want to keep things at range. In the pistol round, they all just bought armor, no utility. So let's see how they deal with them walking slowly through A apartments there. Demos throwing out the utility. They're going to start to hit onto the site. Banjo hears all these footsteps up above him. Alpha drops down right into Banjo's crosshair, who takes down a couple. Egglet and Vampy, though, have answered, though. Demos then takes down Banjo eventually, so they're still getting this bomb plant, and it's now a 3v2 for UV1. RTB and Leechy coming in to rotate, seeing if they can retake now. Two of them start to walk into the site, but Vampy instantly takes down one. RTB now by himself does take down Vampy, but has to deal with two members in Egglet and Demos, who are in tough corners. Egglet's going to try to get him down and take him out. He will do so. UV1 take the pistol round, which is not insignificant. I know a lot of times just the pistol round, but honestly, UV1 drops a lot of pistol rounds. So this is kind of a bonus round for them in a sense. To kind of get a little bit of head, and if they kind of play to their strengths after this, after taking kind of like the pistol round there, could continue to be huge for them as they're buying rifles up against just USPs and grenades for Esports Astros. Again, RTB, a little bit of the star player for Astros. It'll be interesting to see how they come out. Vampy just walking in and taking down two. Easy work for Vampy as he just wants to go insane. Flex walking back and forth through there. Egglet looks like he was able to pick up one and take him out. Meanwhile, Vampy now with 3K. He's taking out Rima. Egglet has gone down. Vampy's going to walk through underpass here. And find his fourth. Oh, Vampy picking up right where he left off yesterday. How do I unmute other people that are muted? Is that a thing I can do? I don't know how to do that. So is it like muted when I go to his camera? I don't know. Well, I'm not sure how that works. But either way, UV1 up 2-0 right now. Looking pretty solid so far already. Rima, though, trying to meet up here. Gets a shot onto Egglet, but Remo actually takes the majority of that damage there. Egglet walking back here. Ooh, Leechy's taking a couple nades. Egglet, nice shooting, taking down one. They're starting to make the hit all the way towards the B site, though. They're taking long to get there. Vampy looking behind him, see if anyone walks up. Leechy on the planters in Egglet's normal spot. Does take down one. Finds a way to take down a second. Vampy eventually taking him out. RTB hiding behind his box. Got the Zeus, pulls it out, takes one down. Able to pick up that AK, tries to go for another, but Demos will finish him off. Demos ends up going down, so it's up to Vampy to clutch it against two. Has to pick up the bomb, too, as well. But potentially can try to just win it through this. He's got the utility, they don't. Switching guns. He's got the bomb now. Throwing out his first flash to be able to walk back onto site. Time not on Vampy's side if he doesn't get this plant off. But at some point, he's just going to have to do it. So he smokes over there to try to distract them enough to think that this bomb is over there. Goes around the fountain, sprays down two! Vampy live with 6 HP, got 3K on the round, and absolutely clutching it for the UV1 boys. Vampy's got 9 already. 9 through 3 rounds. And Vampy just on another level lately. Even for him, impressing me beyond anything. I really like the mind game of throwing the smoke over the one side, so they're all looking towards that smoke. Gives them that fraction of a second enough time to be able to come out from behind the fountain and shoot at least one. I thought maybe he was only going to get one, but managed to spray down the second. Just causing just enough chaos. pause, probably put together by Esports Astros. I would imagine they're going to decide what they want to do with their money here. And looks like an op is coming through for RTB. Remember, I did mention in the pre-show, RTB, notable, very, very notable offer. So it'll be interesting how UV1 deal with it. If they try to just avoid his sight, try to work on the team. Right-click the name on the scoreboard. Well, he's DC'd. So that doesn't help. So it looks like maybe this is a tech pause as opposed to that. So UV1 off to a nice start here in this one against a team that looks like they got a strong record and a strong team and some strong individual players, but maybe a little bit of tech problems for Banjo, making it more difficult for him. But either way, it's a nice start for UV1. Again, they usually kind of are a bit slower to start games and then start pistol rounds, and then kind of have to play catch up from there, and it's been fine for them. But it's certainly nice to get that bonus of where you're just already winning, and then when if you could turn it on at the part of the game where you're better at, that might be huge. But it could be the same thing for Astros. To be fair, as I mentioned before, RTB on the op definitely seems to just carry games, so could be a situation where Esports Astros just waits for that to happen, and then they start flying through. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully this pause isn't long. The only unfortunate thing about solo casting, well, there's a few things, is that I kind of have to use the bathroom. Just straight up. And normally I could be like, yo, Wes, just cover for me while I go do that. Everyone, give a shout out to Wes Rambo, who's only reason he's not able to make it today. He's got his second vaccine shot yesterday, and he's just kind of feeling those side effects from that, so not unable to make the cast today. So everyone, thoughts and prayers for Wes Rambo. Hopefully we'll be back for the next game, which should be the 27th, which will be another one of those weeks where I've just cast like every day up till then, too, as well. Let me talk a moment about my own personal schedule. There's this game today, and then I actually have tomorrow as a bit of a break, and then Thursday I'm casting a 1v1 Valorant tournament over on twitch.tv/vtrainu. And then Friday, I will be casting an ARAM League of Legends tournament for Memory Express. Twitch.tv/Memory Express, I think. It might be ME Esports. I forget. And then I cast with them again. I do another Counter-Strike tournament on Saturday. The UV1 boys should enter that. Got the weekend. I don't know if there's still time to register, but check it out. Memory Express. Maybe you guys have time to enter that. Y'all should play in it. I think it's free entry. Oh no, it's a donation to enter because it's a charity tournament. So I don't know, consider it. And then after that, I believe then I'm basically just awaiting. We'll be casting UV1 once again on the 27th. So got a busy week in front of me. As well as my work, I'm going to shout out the Indigenous Nations Apparel Company. We're launching a store in Polo Park Mall in Winnipeg, but also available stuff online. You can check that out. There's a new store I'm launching. You're just talking about more Canadian stuff. I'm just plugging kind of other things while we wait for this match to kind of unpause. It's inac.ca, inac.ca. Check it out. I designed some shirts there. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the name of the player mute is Derek. Yeah, it was the guy who DC'd too anyway. So I couldn't click on him now anyway if I wanted to, because he's not here. Anyone know what the pause rules are for ESEA? If it's how long they're allowed to have? I don't know. Your second dose is on the 6th. That's awesome, JPM. I don't know my second dose. I just got my first dose actually like last week. I was supposed to get it a while ago, but then I had to go in quarantine because of a close contact. So I had to actually cancel my original first dose appointment. Which yeah, so I eventually ended up getting in on the 14th. So now I gotta wait till like I'm eligible for my second dose at whatever point after that. So I look forward to that happening eventually too. I've noted before in the stream, I'm Magic the Gathering player. I just want to play Magic. That's like the thing I want to do when things kind of get back online. It's just like I just want to play Magic in a store. I want to go to LAN parties actually too. Shout out to the guys at Baseline AYB Online. They where I got my start casting Counter-Strike. Definitely love LAN parties. As much as I enjoy casting from home and doing all that stuff. Casting a LAN is just real fun. All right, folks. Looks like this pause isn't going to be a short one, and so instead of me just kind of like trying to fill time by speaking, I'm just gonna throw the music and throw up the "Be Right Back" screen, and hopefully we'll be back soon. In a little bit.
I don't wanna know where I might be without you. Very sad crying all alone in the bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you. 'Cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. You got my heart. You got my was at 17, chasing every high, jumping off, no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills, no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills, no thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in.
All right, looks like Banjo is back on the server, and we are back to watching some Counter-Strike. Again, if you are tuning in, UV1 are up 3-0 over Esports Astros. Banjo DC'd here, he's back. RTB real aggressive with the op, getting right into Banana, picking up one instantly, but Alphight at least trades, so that's not bad for UV1. At least he does pick the op back up, so they still have that, but we'll definitely take a 1-for-1 in that situation, though, to be honest. Vampy playing in his usual spot over here, but is spotted there by Reba and does take him down. And here we go, UV1 starting to move towards the A site. They're mauling it off short, then going to head long. I wonder if they actually go all the way around to B instead. They do take down Rima, so that probably signals that they can easily make their way onto this A site. One is in pit. See if Classic can do some damage here. He definitely does. Taking out England. He walks out and then sprays down Deimos, but Alphight will eventually take him down. We're still in a 2v2 here. That delayed enough time for the rotation to come in, and the bomb has not been planted yet, as Eglet was the one holding it. Ooh, Vampy barely missing out on that one. Does some decent damage. Leash 2K, and then the nade finishing him off is going to get this plant down. Banjo trying to deal with Alphight on this left side. Vampy, of course, is on his right too as well. So this crossfire situation here is pretty good for Vampy and Alphight. They're set up here nicely. The smoke is dissipating here, but Vampy's too quick for Banjo. Takes him down and wins another round here. Vampy with 11, also picking up that op in this round too. So UV1 up 4-0 after the pause. Gonna be a bit of deco here now for Esports Astros. Let's see, can I unmute this guy? Yeah, I don't know. I'm right-clicking on him. I don't know. Ooh, Deimos! Just smartly knowing someone could be behind that wall. Just takes him down. Banjo just taken out there. Zeus on RTB once again, by the way. Just gonna throw that out there. Did get a kill with that earlier. Here's Rima. Walks out one Deeks Vampy. Deimos coming back here to pick the bomb back up. Flex staring down Banana, seeing if anyone peeks out there, but it seems like Esports Astros mostly likes to play back, so not likely going to happen. Especially since they have those Ds, they probably want to get some distance and look for those headshots. I like getting rid of a gun that potentially someone on Astros could pick up. And now they're moving through Banana. Here's RTB waiting for them, as well as Lychee 2K. Utility coming out. Flex trying to... Oh, Flex moves just as he moves. So he's flashing, though. The rest of the team get onto site. RTB is taken down by Alphight as they continue to move forward and onto site. Deimos get this bomb plant off here. Rima, Classic, and Lychee coming in here for the retake. But this is a good situation here for UV1. Flex there with the op. Just continue to watch him down there. He misses a shot. Here's a nade coming out. Classic takes down one, but takes a ton of damage. He's down to 8 now. Kind of play for time here, but Deimos says, I don't need to play for time. I'm just going to take him out. Takes down 2. One more still in the smoke. Don't know if they know he's there. Well, they know now. And just in time for Deimos for 4K on this round. Going to show that, hey, there's more than one carry sitting around here on Unexpected Victory. And they're up 5-0. against Astros. Again, it's the team that has won 7 in a row. They got an 11-3 record, but UV1 have a strong advantage right now. But RTB is back on the op. And they're coming out aggressively once again onto Banana. They get damage to the flex, hits his leg, but the nade will finish him off. RTB. Hey, man, that utility damage I was talking about the pre-show, that's probably where that comes from. I mean, now he's picking up another one with the op. Oh, this player definitely is fun to watch. Molly coming out, trying to force RTB back here a little bit, but RTB is here to play. Everyone that met him in Banana has gotten taken down. And the bomb is sitting there, so this is certainly looking like a good round for the Astros. RTB made that look easy, too, which is the kind of the crazy part. It made it go like, oh, I should just run up there with an op every time. Just do those things. And, well, obviously, those are things that are easier said than done. Vampy trying to walk up to his bomb. Of course, he's got 19 HP. I know, it just feeds into RTB, who now has that 4K. Flash comes out. Classic helping out his opper, taking him out. Clean round for Astros, largely on the back of RTB. Just an insane op. And we finally got to see it on display here this time for the Astros. Banjo also picking up an op. See what we're going to do there. Damos on the other side, meanwhile, he's got one himself. See if he can answer RTB. Interesting. He's going right here once again. Just doesn't give a damn. But he's running away now, realizing they are using lots of utility to get in the spot. But he's got a great spot here. If they dry peek, this could be bad. Nade will do a small amount of damage to him. But don't peek this. Will they come through on this now? Oh, the barrel of his guts poking out. Ooh, the boost works. Vampy takes him down. That's how you take out an opera. Work together as a team. Vampy then takes out a second. Looking for another target here. Spraying through the smoke. They're able to get onto site. Flex and Vampy have taken a decent amount of damage as we tune into Banjo, who not actually rotating onto site, actually just backing off. See if Egglet meets up with them. Egglet, of course, with the Deagle, doesn't have any footsteps around him. Classic will take him down. So it is 3v3, but they're on the other side of the map, are Astros. And they seem to be content with just keeping at least what they got. UV1 will go up 6-1 here. That's definitely one way to deal with the op. Obviously, the rifle poking out there, slightly not what they maybe wanted, but maybe at the same time that rifle poking out distracted him just enough so that the person boosting could get up there, but doesn't seem like a play you can do too many times. RTB might be able to suss it out, but they're trading around guns, and I imagine they're going to want to get that op back into his hands. They do. And oh, this is the game where you could almost just lock cameras on RTB and maybe you'll make something happen. But you can kind of say the same thing on the other end. Vampy, of course, definitely going pretty insane. But let's see what RTB does at the beginning of this one. Lychee is the one actually moving forward, getting the first frag. Alphite will just get it back. Looking for a shot, barely missing it on that one. Taking a little bit of damage, though. He's down to 44 after takes another hot shot from a nade. And do they continue pressing forward onto this? Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Egglet did take down one, so they might be able to make their way over to the A side if that's what they so choose. Bomb still kind of sitting back. So they definitely have options pretty wide open, but RTB now has made his way over to the A site. I wonder if UV1 are going to suss that out. Smoke's coming down near here on site, here on B. They haven't moved forward yet. Again, they still have to pick up the bomb if they want to go either direction, but they got 50 seconds to decide that. See Banjo looking over mid. think it's got the bomb now. He's got 10 HP. He's probably going to want to give that bomb over to someone else. 40 seconds to go here. And it looks like the hit is going to be through Banana onto the B site. Let's see how Classic deals with this. He just sees flames everywhere. Smoke going down. Can he take down at least one? He does take down one before everything finishes off. Banjo gonna come out in behind here with the AUG. Tries to take down the bomb carrier. Bomb gets planted just before Egglet goes down. 2v2 here. Still anyone's rounds, that for sure. But a nice setup here by UV1. Banjo coming in first. RTB with the ops. Gonna have to do some fancy quick scopes here. Making some noise. Trying to walk out. He's getting taken down with the crossbar, but RTB will take down Vampy. Starts to defuse. It's a fake. Damo so far not falling for it. Damos. The nerve of the man to go. He's probably faking. And he takes those. Damos kind of rolls the dice there. Hey, pros don't fake, right? RGB is just not a pro. That's what we're going to say on that one. UV1 up 7-1. Ooh, Damos with the read. The guy with the name mute is Derek, so we can call the player Derek instead of random Banjo name. Oh, sure. Alright. I mean, does it matter? But I guess, sure, I can call him Derek. Oh, maybe it's a request by the other team. That's fair. Flex! Finishing off RTB, which seems like that's the raid boss, right? It's got to feel like you take down the raid boss, you can then finish off the rest of the team. And they definitely get started there and doing that, and it's been leading to UV1 success so far. Flex looking back and forth. Looks like the hit's coming right into Rima. He's able to spray down one, but Vampy will take him out. Nice trade. 4v3. Still in favor of UV1 now. Classic in pit, trying to deal with Alphyte, walking through apartments here. Classic able to take down him, and then moves over to Alphyte, finishing him off, but Damos will take him down while the bomb is being planted. Here's Lychee 2K walking through. And right now, he's got $0 to his name and this M4. Imagine he wants to save this M4, but does he go for this clutch? He's walking through apartments like he is. He's making noise. Here's Damos moving, but the crossfire works out. Flax takes him down. 8-1 lead now for UV1. If only they watched UV1's demos, they would have stuck it. Says Stitches. Ooh. That's the thing. People try to fake too much. And I guess, you know, it's just a nice gamble. Because Damos just straight up loses that one if he goes for it, I think. But he just gambled that the opponent was, wasn't sticking it. I'm gonna give you all a hint. If we ever play some sort of scrims or something, I'll always stick. I don't believe in my shooting ability anyway enough that I gotta just like hope sticking it is gonna be what's good enough to win the match. All right, here we go. Bit of an eco now for Astros. Derek has got the swag 7. He is waiting here in Banana for anyone pushing through for that. They did a little bit of damage to Rima. Smokes are trying to come down here. Vampy throwing on a molly. Still very curious if Banjo's going to pull anything off with this Mag 7. They're starting to walk through Banana now. But Banjo jump peeks, tries to walk in to get it in a shot, but Alpha takes down one. Banjo does find a way to eliminate another, but Alphite's going to be able to take down two. 3v3 situation here again, and Astros are on lower HP bars as everybody. Classic in a great spot, though, will take down Alphite. Classic has a couple of those kinds of plays that have worked out for him. Damos looking out behind him, does find RTB. So they're going to go all the way back towards A site because Classic is by himself on this one. But this is a pretty good eco for Astros, doing a decent amount of damage to UV1. But they got enough cash that they should be kind of okay with another round win. But Astros doing more damage than maybe UV1 wanted them to do to him. And here's Classic. He found his AK. Potentially he's going to try to go for this clutch here. Walking up slowly. But Egglet just on point. Takes down two in this round. Alpha also had two very, very good kills earlier in the round too as well. Want to shout out again. And again, I touched on it before how like sometimes when those X Factor players start stepping up, the Alphites, the Egglets, makes your team look real clean, real good, and they end up cleaning out the round there, those two. Definitely helps take some rounds when maybe your star players aren't the ones carrying that round. But here's RTB wanting to try to do it again, but they're just snuffing it out. They go, "We're not letting you do that." Molly's nades is committing everything, put RTB down to 49 HP, and he's just firing at this wall, trying to get some damage onto them. That's a really good Molly. Flex in front of it, but forced to come out. They get taken down. Nice play by the Astros here, but UV1's trying to move around. Classic dealing with a couple pushing through mid. Alphite smokes out long. Just start moving forward short. Here's Egglet on top of the apartment. He's the one in pit, takes him down, tries to turn over towards another, does a decent amount of damage, but Classic does end up taking him out. Vampy helping finish him off, though, and then we watch Vampy take on another one through the smoke. 2v2 now. RTB's got the op. He's walking through short. Leech 2K is going to come try to join him. He's got 30 HP left, but he's coming in to try to help. And RTB with nice little quick scopes can take down Vampy. So does Damos have it with his own op here to finish it off. Got a lot of nerve here. Oh, they can hold that one. Is able to hit the RTB, but Leechy with the kit will be able to defuse this one. Astros final pick up round here. And UV1 got a little bit of a decision here. How much do you spend on this round? Basically full up here for UV1. Losing this round potentially means 2 in a row for Esports Astros, and that will be nice momentum for them heading into the second half. Big round for both sides, really. Either one winning this round will send the other into an eco. We watch RTB once again. Just gonna fire through this wall, do some damage, hits Alpha at a decent amount. They're committing a lot over here to try to stop this star player. They get right on top of Leechy and takes him out. Flex down to 18 HP. And it's going to do a decent amount of damage. So lots of people low on UV1 despite it being a 4v4. So it doesn't feel as clean for them right now unless they get some more frags without taking any more damage. Here, Rima looks away from the smoke and flicks back to take down Vampy. Walks to the fire and gets out of that situation too. Very impressive play by Rima. RTB holding down the B site right now by himself. He's rotating over to tree. Oh my goodness. Just a small bit of his arm peeking out, and RTB's gonna take him out. Oh, dry peek by Alphite. We'll take him down. Do they continue to challenge this op this way? That doesn't feel great. Bomb is there. Gets the ball. Walks back out. Takes down RTV. Fire around the corner. Does he continue this plant here, or does he go somewhere else? Well, he's found in the smoke there. Banjo takes him down. That's 2 in a row for Astros, which might now be 3 because it's got to be an eco coming out from UV1. Big round there for Astros to take. That's tough. RTB's real clean. Could be another big round here to win for either side. If UV1 kind of surprise him here. That's going to be very, very tough doing against They actually are crushing. As classic front pit takes down 2, 3, 4. Clean work by the Astros here. They're now within 5. They're building momentum as they head over towards the second half. UV1 decision. Do you go for this round hard? And they do. They're spending full up. Losing this round could be exactly what the Astros need to pull it with a 9-6. Considering how everything started, of course, Astros will 100% take that. But if UV1 can squeeze out one more here, definitely feel better if you get into double digits heading to the second half. Got to deal with RTV, though, and they're still challenging him here. Just not willing to just completely give it up. Vampy's boosted up here in case RTV comes out for the peak. We're going to be trying to make a shot happen. 55 seconds left to go. They're not on there yet. Looks like they're potentially making that rotation now over towards the A site. RTV just continuing to try to slow them down. If they were there, there's one left behind, but they're starting to make their way here. Oh, one's in cubby, one's in cubby! Prima takes him down. Trade. They still get themselves on site though, but people are rotating over, including RTB himself. They should be able to get this bomb plant off, but RTB's going to run through the smoke. Meets up with no one. He's working his way around through short now. Flex was able to take down one. Ooh, RTB missing that shot though. Absolutely huge. Don't think Flex will peek again. So you gotta come to me. You gotta come defuse this bomb. Lychee meets up with Vampy. Vampy wins out on that one. RTB is just gonna try to save this up for the last round. Good win for UV1 to take it down and not concede all momentum over to the Astros. Absolutely gigantic. We'll put them in double digits. And I got a chance to be an 11-4 right after this. RTV trying to find some exit frags. They're even hunting a little bit for him to try to see if they can take that out of his hands for this last round. And that basically would have done it if they were able to find him, but he'll still have it. UV1, of course, will be able to buy up full here, too. Both sides will basically have full firepower. Pretty close to it anyway. Banjo Classic, forced to go without helmets, but not full utility, so this is got a little more in favor of UV1. But to start this one off, Flex taking a ton of damage. He's down to 2 HP. Alpha taking quite a bit too, indeed, as well, so they were trying to go for that aggressive match towards RTB at Banana once again, but just forced back. Remo, speaking of forcing back, is going to do the same with that Molly. Flex throwing out a nade, just trying to make sure he uses his utility before he's gone. We got 2 HP left, of course. In fact, he's leading the charge here a little bit. Molly's coming through. Meanwhile, Vampy saw the shoulder of Riemann, hits it. Banjo making an aggressive play through short. Takes down a good chunk of Egglet's HP. And Banana control has been gained by UV1 now. Derek walks into mid, taking down Vampy. Egglet flashes out, is getting out of there. Now they're trying to aggress onto RTB, who quick scopes down one, switches over to the Deagle, and takes down another. Flex eventually taking him out. But he definitely did a ton of damage to them as, again, Flex here has 2 HP. Egglet not doing much better either. And neither of them actually have the bomb in their hands. Leech now takes down one. Rima taking down the other. So, Astros will make it a 10-5. Which looks pretty good for UV1. But honestly, last few rounds, Astros looked potentially more impressive. I think that was 3 of the last 4. Was it 4 of the last 5? Something like that. All right, can we check? No, right, because it resets the stats between half. Stupid server. But another excellent start here for UV1. And again, don't begrudge that pistol round that they won. That's normally something they lose, and they maybe lose a few in a row there. And the difference this time is UV1 did take those pistol rounds, and then was strong after that point, still where they are always strong. So they are able to go up to a 10-5 lead. A nice one here. And on the T side, which has been something that they've a little bit struggled on this map. So things should look good here for UV1 to close out this match, but well, Astros have won 7 in a row for a reason. Damos, he's done this a few times. Dooley's in the banana. We'll take down 1. Here comes Vampy in the flank. Classic is waiting for him, but Vampy is just too good. Takes him out. That is the bomb carrier too, so they do have to come and answer Vampy. They do trade. So it's 3v3. They're starting to make the hit towards the A site now. Furlong, which way are they going? They're going down short. Alfight will see them first. They'll jump over his initial crosshair placement. And then Rima will take down 2. Excellent shooting by Rima. He's going to turn around and find Egglet. And 4K on the pistol round by Rima is going to put the momentum definitely in Astros' hands. All right, what's UV1 decide to do here? Full on Deagle up. Full on save. The Deagle up looks like to be the call. At least for a few of them. Mac 10 on RTV. Makes a little noise at banana, but the rest of them are actually moving down mid. Let's try to walk through short here. Vampy finds a great spot here to take down at least 1, but Classic will trade with him. You know, Flex also went down, so 4v3. Leechy then the 1 AK on the map right now. Able to take down another. Damos, long-range deagle shot, does take down RTB. So you'll certainly take doing some decent damage here. Leechy, though, having a nice round for himself. He's got 3 so far. Damos by himself here with this deagle. Just lifts off the crouch and leaves his crosshair right where someone's head possibly could be. Classic's going to pick up that AK. And Damon's just waiting to see if he can find another one here. Classic's able to get past them. So good damage here, I would say, on the eco by UV1. Taking down 3. This is a completely free bonus here for esports Astros. But RTB goes, oh, I'm just going to buy the op now. Want to see where he goes out with that. They're spending fully here as UV1. It'll be a disastrous round to lose here, but RTB will find Vampy there. Just can't challenge the Opera like that. He's staring down mid. It's a good start once again for Astros. EA moving through banana. Looks like the hit potential will be there. Still a minute and 15 to go, though. But they're trying to throw out utility out this way. How's Egglet and Damos going to answer it? Damos trying to shoot through the smoke. Looks like he did some damage to RTB there, but Egglet now in the back of the site's going to peek out with his FAMAS. Take down 2. He's going to go. Take down 3. He's got 4. 1 left to go here, and that's RTB with 34 HP. Egglet the man on the FAMAS. Well, is going to let his teammate take 1 more. Damos is going to finish it off, but great defense by Egglet to pick up 4 on that one. Just holding it down nicely. UV1 now up 11-7. Big round here. Up, now it flexes hands. Pause being put forward here. As the Astros are going to think about what they got going on. Ooh, it's been a pretty good game so far. It was a nice start for UV1 as they took down quite a few rounds early on. Got up to 9-2 lead, was it? But Esports Astros have made it interesting and have brought it close. It was 10-5 half. But if UV1, you know, goal, if they just trade rounds, they win. But trading rounds harder on the CT side, considering the economy there. So it's definitely easier said than done. Here's Alpite and Vampy all the way up here in apartments looking aggressively for anyone, but everyone on Astros are just in banana right now. Potentially go for this. Damos here holding it down, and Egglet on planners. This is a setup they do like. Flash coming from Damos. He comes and looks. He's also going to throw down another smoke here. Damos doing a decent amount of damage to Derek. And it looks like they're piecing out of this position. Meanwhile, we find Vampy at the 1v1 at RTB, and RTB wins it out. So they're going to continue getting onto this site. Flex trying to find something with his op here. But we'll run into RTB, who got the AK from Vampy. So they're getting the bomb plant now onto the A site. Let's see if Egglet and Damos can team up and take this one down. Molly's going to slow him down for a moment. Utility thrown out by Egglet. Or, excuse me, by Damos, and Egglet finishing him off. Nice shot from Damos to take down 1, but Derek finishes off the last 2. Almost wish I had his perspective on there to see how he lined up that shot. So impressive play by Astros. They're within 3. It's now 11-8. $20 bomb right now for Vampy. Right behind him is Damos with 18. RTB trying to earn mid here. Alpite challenge him, and Alpite wins it out with the scout, folks. Shoot him in the head. The scout. Who needs an op? Damos was able to get a trade kill. He had mag 7 there. Good eco so far right now for UV1, as they have numbers advantage in it. Rima kind of protecting the AK here, basically. Does the hit continue on to this B site? Alpite hanging out with the scout, trying to slow down them. They'll get through. Egglet P250 time. Did it with the FAMAS, but a little bit of gun to try to do it now. Does a little bit of damage, but not nearly enough. They'll get on site here. Flex gets Rima through the smoke, though. 2v2, but again, it's pistols versus AKs. Oh, Vampy found himself an AK. It's a good play call here is I'd imagine it's Flex, make some noise, so Vampy can spot him out. Vampy's playing quietly and carefully here. Goes out in smoke, starts to defuse, wants to get some look out. He's starting to try to stick this bomb, but won't be enough there. UV1 11-9 after Astros have now taken a few here. Whew, tight game here, folks. But again, it's a good eco effort by UV1 on that one. RTB just walks up and takes down Flex. Potentially have access to this A site, but Alpha's going to slow him down. Vampy sitting below balcony is also going to take down another, and then take down two. Alpha actually helped with the other one on balcony, but Vampy looked down to take down Leechy 2K. So now it's just RTB in here, and he's got to kill them all. He's got one. Just peeks around the corner, takes down Egglet. Flash to give himself cover behind him. Bomb should be in UV1's hands here, but it's just scary knowing this player, what they're potentially able to do. Vampy also has 13 HP. Vampy, jump shot, take him down. UV1 up 12-9. Both match numbers 3 right now. Esports within 3. UV1 within 3 of match point. This would be a really, really good win to put in UV1's belt. And what, just statistically you might consider an upset. With UV1 dropping 2 in a row and maybe playing below their level in those ones. It's definitely a nice map for them right now. Again, on Inferno, a map they've kind of had a little bit of trouble on, but they look pretty clean on it today. They're just... It hasn't been strategic problems that has kept this game close or anything. It's just been really stellar play by the star player on Esports Astros. At different times, other people on their team stepped up too. Classic, I can recall a few very, very close rounds. RTB walks up, gets the first frag of this round. And with their quasi-buy, they'll certainly take that. They're now going through CT spawn and making their way over towards the B site. Art Demos going to be able to hold this one down. Derek, though, did take down Alphite on the other side of the map. Vampy trades that. The real hit, of course, is right here where Demos and Egglet are waiting. Egglet sees one in Leechy. Fortunately, they work out well together to take down Demos. Trying to volley them off, trying to walk out and take it down, but won't be enough. Very big round for Astros. They went for the quasi-buy. I think it was a hero rifle situation with RTB, if I'm recalling correctly. And it works out for them. We'll put Astros within 2. And UV1 might have to save next round 2 as well. Vampy, here's Classic jumping around. We'll also hear the steps behind him. He's kind of surrounded. They're hunting for him. He takes down one, turns to see if anyone comes up from behind him. Could potentially spray down 2 here, but they pre-fire around the corner to take down Vampy. 12-10 now for UV1, but of course Astros have taken a few rounds here in a row, which just showed me all the stats on the rounds. UV1 will have to save here, but they've had some pretty decent egos themselves. 5 stack on Banana for Astros. And here comes the hit. How are they going to slow this one down? Egglet sitting on top of Planters. Will Deagle down one. Deimos actually is the one to secure the kill. He's got himself 3 now, and there's 4! Ooh! 4K on the eco round there. Egglet looking at the last one here, sitting in the smoke. Classic walks out. Egglet doesn't miss. Gigantic round for UV1. They're going to pick up all these guns and enjoy it. 13-10 lead. Deimos. My dude. Absolutely brilliant play. Now they just gotta make sure they get the anti-ego off and don't let the Astros do the same. Deimos flashes so he can walk into Banana. Sees no one there. RTB is playing around a little bit, but oh, just thinking about that play for UV1 there. That play of Deimos in that last round, just all-star moves. Flex gets a little bit of damage onto Lychee, but of course would have liked that to have just been a frag. They're starting to move onto the site now. They're getting through long. Vampy, though, is going to spray down 2-3. And now they're just trying to run away from Vampy, who absolutely obliterated their team. He's found himself 4. And Flex will finish off the last one. Nice 4K anti-eco by Vampy. They're up 14-10 now. Ooh, the replay. I'm now rewatching Deimos do his thing. Oh, so clean. As the stream has caught up to that point. Absolutely gigantic. But back to this round here as they are making an aggressive push through Banana. Nice molly there is going to make it difficult for them. Deimos spraying down 1. He gets down another. Egglet eventually will take down a couple more. The Flames will finish off that. So 3K for Egglet on that round. Map point now for UV1, up 15-10. Oh, this game. I'm not gonna lie, it felt destined for overtime. But Deimos coming out insanely huge in that deco. Just providing everything they can. But here's RTB with the scout. They, of course, are force buying as much as they can here on Astros. This should be UV1's round, considering their weaponry, but they got a nice start to it with that shot from RTB. That's going to make it more difficult, but still, there's still a firepower advantage here for UV1 in this round anyway. Lychee 2K does have an AK now. Got the 1 rifle and this scout, which you hit headshots. It's just as good as anything else. Now it's just going to be an op here for RTB. And oh, talking about individuals stepping up like Deimos in that other round. Here's RTB stepping up for his team. Here's Lychee moving up short. Alphyte takes down 1, but we watch Lychee take out Deimos. Alphyte still sitting in pit. So we watch RTB here get in behind Egglet and take him down. So with Alphyte, the last one standing is going to do some damage here. Lychee knows where he is now. Lychee finishes him off. Nice play by Lychee. 3K for RTB, 2 for Lychee. This game isn't over yet. That felt like a round that could have just ended it there with that kind of buy that Esports Astros had to throw together. But UV1 now, maybe they have a slightly, like, not full buy, but pretty darn close to it. Just a couple helmets missing from a couple members on UV1. It starts off with some utility damage being put onto Rima. He's down to 51 already. Here's RTB in mid, just looking to give themselves a pick that just gives them the start once again. Leechy with a molly. Can try to spot one out, but here's Flex, Opper himself. RTV, he's gonna do this whole round by himself once again. Been a fun player to watch, that's for sure. But he doesn't have an anti-eco 4K in this game. Or an eco 4K in this game. He might have an anti-eco 4K, he probably does. I have to double check that, but 45 seconds left in the round. Leech 2K is gonna come back here and pick up the bomb as they try to decide where they're gonna hit. Deimos and Egglet. It's fun watching these two hold the B site, man. Every time they play this map, they do so well. And they weather the storm for so long. And the hit is coming this way. Deimos with the AUG, taking down one. Tries to walk up, but Leechy takes him out. Egglet sitting on top, will take down another, but will eventually go down. Meanwhile, everyone else got messed up on the other side of the map, so absolutely huge that it's only Alphite left, so Astros will take this round. Alphite definitely won't want to just save this M4. Game definitely not over. UV1 just need to take one more round, but Astros have a lot of momentum on their side. They got plenty of cash. And I said it earlier that maybe this game was destined for overtime, and it still might be. But if we get one more hero performance from any member of UV1, could spell the end for Astros' 7-game winning streak. And UV1's streak of their own. There's a losing streak of 2. Vampy one away from that 30 bomb. And of course, still trying to achieve that top frag on ESEA IM here. ESEA IM NA, I guess I should say. But save round for UV1. M4 still in Alphite's hands. Hero rifle for them. Egglet taking a decent amount of damage to get this round started, though. But Op is shooting here. Vampy's going to walk up to a spot that I don't think they're going to expect him to be at, since they shot at that wall a few times and didn't see anyone back off from it. But Rima still finds Vampy peeking out around the corner. Minute left in the round. Numbers advantage, gunfire advantage for Astros. Alphite is holding that M4 on the A site, and they're heading this way now. So it's the one person that could definitely carry this round with that gun. He's sitting in pit. Flex, though, managed to find one with his Deeg. Looking for more. He's shooting through the smoke. They're starting to make their way over towards Alphite. They do molly off pit where he was staying. Flex and Alphite team up to pick up a couple. Alphite stepping it up in the end. The hero rifle works. And UV1 take the win. Ooh, what a way to end that with Alphite and Flex finishing that off. They run right into the one person with the M4 and the Deagle of Flex getting it done too. Everyone had a moment in this map that felt awesome. But honestly, I need to bring in Deimos for the interview because of that 4K on the pistol round. Or on the eco. I could interview anyone really after this game and it would be a banger one. But let's see if we can get Deimos in here. Although it's funny to call in Deimos because I know absolutely every single time we want to do a Deimos interview, I know that Wes wants to be around for a Deimos interview, but I keep interviewing you when he's not around. But how are you feeling after that one, my dude?
Pretty good. Yeah, a lot of the team play is starting to get stronger on the CT side, so it's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, definitely just an absolutely crazy map. And I do eventually want to talk about your 4K, but let's let's go through chronologically how this kind of game kind of went. So you took the pistol round and got off to a pretty solid lead against a team that you know is pretty good. Like, were you guys feeling well? I know you guys were able to get one scrim in between yesterday's game and this. Were you guys feeling pretty good coming into this game?
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, we always feel genuine. Like we start out feeling good, and it doesn't matter what happened the day before. It's a fresh day, fresh match, fresh map, even. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we were feeling pretty good.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that's awesome because it definitely showed that you guys were kind of feeling good and got yourself to a nice start. And T sides on Inferno have been a little bit more difficult, maybe in the past, but you look pretty clean against a very good team. As basically that's something you guys been working on in the practice room and in scrims and making sure the T side on this map is stronger.
Yeah, like we have our baseline that we try to kind of work from, and every match is just trying to improve that baseline so that when we do go into our executes, they're getting better and better. So like I think he was able to see we had a lot nice, clean Molly executes towards B this time, and it
Mhm.
really worked out nicely.
Yeah, definitely did. All right, so on the other team, I kind of noted when I was just kind of like did my pseudo scouting of the team that RTB is just probably a very good opper just based on stats. He got a lot of op kills so far in the season. Did you guys kind of know that that they had a really strong opper on this team going into the match, or what about that?
Negative.
No, all right, okay. Well, you got to see it, how good he was on it. So how do you adjust your play when you know a team has a really good opper?
Basically, it really came down to making sure that we were properly flashing the initial op angles. So that was something that I remember saying specifically is make sure you flash off the op angle before you take your control of it. Otherwise, we're just going to walk into them, which, a couple of times we did do that. It can't be perfect every round.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
happens.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a couple rounds where it's just like a couple dry peaks in a row, and it's just like, oh, it's unfortunate when someone's
Yeah,
just
that
that
one
good.
round, I literally said, you're allowed to smoke CT from back here without peeking after you got picked.
Oh no, that one felt the worst, but it's what it is. You guys will watch that again later, and you'll probably have a laugh about it, and hopefully adjust for that in the future. So, all right, let's finally talk about it. It's a situation where you guys are kind of trading rounds a little bit, but they're getting like maybe a 2-1 rounds, and they're slowly creeping up, catching up. It almost felt like the game was destined for OT. You're in an eco. Y'all buy deagles like you naturally do sometimes. You come out with the 4K to hold it down, which really at that point it felt like the game was over. What's it like playing in that kind of game? What's everyone saying in comms? Like how is that?
Well, I think I heard from Vampy, good old fashioned. What the fuck is happening over there?
That's absolutely perfect. It was absolutely nutty. Like you and Egglet all the time on this map Inferno. It's probably some of the most entertaining stuff I see when I'm watching you guys because you two just really seem to have this one down. Is there a lot that goes into making sure you have that kind of synergy, holding down the B site together like you guys do so often? Do you guys like talk about every moment, or is it at this point instinct for you two?
I wouldn't say it's instinct yet. No. Like that round where here I got the 3 flash assists, I basically
Mm-hmm.
said, if they're coming in, you hide until my flash pops, and then you can peek, and I'll throw 2 of them, and I think he was sweating a little bit before the first one. He let me know that that first one was a little late, but it worked out nicely.
Yeah, awesome stuff. So you close out a game, a big one against a team with a very impressive record on the other side. They were 11-3 before this, and now you finally get yourself into double digits. You got one more map to go before playoffs. How are you feeling about your season?
Feeling pretty good, considering the changes in roster that we had to go through. We
Hmm.
had some toxic teammates for a little bit, things like that. But yeah, I think we've got a really nice, good 5 right now. Everyone's like on the same page mentally and similar attitudes. It's really good in that sense.
Hmm.
So we can all really grow together in this situation now because everyone's really in the same frame of mind, which is really good.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Damos, for joining me. Congratulations again on the win, as well as that sick highlight reel you put on for
Hey,
yourself. It was good stuff, Damos.
thanks, man.
Congratulations. All right, we'll see you next time.
Take care.
And folks, that will do it for the day. What an banger of a game, and UV1 does play a lot of exciting games, and sometimes it's like something that's come from behind victories. But even in this one, where they were kind of ahead the whole time, it still was super, super excited. They had to deal with a superstar on the other team. They were able to find ways to deal with them. They actually found some very creative ways. You saw that boost that one time. They tend to attack them together. There was times it didn't work out, like we were laughing about when they kind of dry peeked them over and over again that one round. But whatever, you move on from that. It's only one round, and in the end, UV1 take a big victory and improve their record to, I believe, now 10-5. Next match for UV1 is on the 27th. That will be the Sunday at 9:30 Eastern Time. Of course, if there's any time changes, pay attention to the Twitter at UV1_esports, or of course, we have the Discord as well to check that out. Folks, I've been Johnny Esports this whole time. You can find me at Johnny Esports on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever. It's all Johnny Esports. And that's it from me today, folks. Like I said, I got a long week of casting ahead of me, so I'm going to go look forward to that. I've enjoyed you all, and I will see you all next Sunday. Goodbye.
Jumping off, no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills, no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills, no thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in my head, locks on all